Increasing productivity and growth in the Philippines is obviously not an easy task, especially if the agricultural sector in the Philippines is not given enough attention. Rural poverty and landlessness are closely linked with one another. The fate of the Filipino farmers is becoming more serious as they still suffer from landlessness and unfair trade practices. The problem with the Filipino farmers have a ripple effect in the entire Filipino population. Without them, there will not be enough food to feed the 97 million Filipinos. We need more farmers to till the land and report we need to plant crops to trend harvested.
Aray, ano ba?
Uunin na po, binibili. Ako po isang magsasaka dito sa lupain nito. Maaari ko pong may tanong kung kayo po bang may-ari nito?
Oo, ako ang may-ari.
Guys, kung po sanang humingi ng tulong. Matagal na po kami hindi nakakaani dito. At ipa po namin napapakain ng aming mga magulang. Ano po dapat kong gawin?
Hayaan siya ng CARP.
CARP, or the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, intends to escalate the agricultural productivity, the development of equity, as well as the overall growth and development of the rural peasant population. CARPER, on the other hand, is the program extension with reforms which extends the deadline of distributing agricultural lands to farmers. Agrarian reform is far wider than land reform. Agrarian reform does not only mean securing farmlands for landless farmers, but it also encompasses all programs designed to bring about improvement in all the institutions surrounding farm life. This means remedying not only the defect in the distribution and use of land, but also and especially the accompanying human relations regarding land, including economic, social, and political relations. It is concerned not only with the farmer and the land he tills, but also with the community he lives in. There are a number of agencies involved in the implementation of CARP. The leading ones are the Department of Agrarian Reform, or DAR, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or the DENR. They are in charge of the identification and distribution of covered land, or aptly called CARPable land. Landless farmers, including agricultural lessees, tenants, as well as regular, seasonal, and other farm workers at least 15 years old, a resident of the barangay where the landholding is located, and own no more than 3 hectares of agricultural land are candidates for potential beneficiaries of CARP or CARPER. An estimated 7.8 million hectares of land is covered by CARP. That's a huge sum of land available for use by our farmers. As of December 31, 2013, the government has acquired and distributed 6.9 million hectares of land, equivalent to 88% of the total land subject to CARP. This leaves a little more than 900,000 hectares of land left to be distributed. As mentioned before, land acquisition is not the only thing CARP provides, as the provision of support services is an inseparable component in the success of CARP's development objective. CARP has 3 core programs, the first of which is the land reform part, the land tenure improvement through the acceleration of land acquisition and distribution, and leasehold operation. The second is the program beneficiaries development. This is the side that provides support services to beneficiaries to increase farm production, household income, and promote sustainable rural development. It aids in mainstreaming farmers in the rural economy and transforming them into responsible and successful rural entrepreneurs to contribute to national economic growth. Beneficiaries are to be provided support services such as credit, farmer cooperatives, community development, marketing support, training programs, access to various economic and physical infrastructure facilities, and much more. The third and last component of CARP is the Agrarian Justice Delivery, which provides free legal assistance to beneficiaries, particularly on matters involving the implementation of agrarian reform laws and swift resolution of agrarian cases and settlement of agrarian conflicts. There are two basic schemes under this program by which beneficiaries could have security of land tenure. The first one is the direct transfer of ownership of the land to the Agrarian Reform beneficiaries or land acquisition and distribution, and the other being leasehold operations. Land acquisition and distribution involves the redistribution of the carpable lands regardless of crops produced to qualified farmers and farm workers subject to the retention limit and just compensation to the landowners. A notice of coverage or NOC is issued before land acquisition to the respective landowners. The agencies identify the beneficiaries as well as the land in question. They then survey this land and do the paperwork for the landowner's compensation for the acquired land. The title of the land is now awarded and registered to the beneficiaries. Leasehold operation, on the other hand, functions as if the farmers rent the carpable lands that were not officially acquired through other means. These are essentially leasehold agreements or contracts between the landowners and the tenant tillers arranged by DAR.
Marami pong salamat sa mga tinulong niyo. Mauuna na po ako. Pagpalain po kayo ng Diyos.
Bye.
CARP is indeed a solution to the battle cry of the Filipino farmers and brings the country a step closer to solving the struggles for land reform. It generates more income and more crops produced for the Filipino farmers, making them self-sustaining and giving them the ability to improve their quality of life. CARP leads to greater investments, gives the farmer a drive to farm or cultivate lands, leading to the betterment of the agricultural sector, which gives an avenue to achieve one of the goals of CARP, and that is producing globally competitive agricultural products, making us less reliant on imports and giving the country a possibility of exporting these products, which improves the Philippine economy. To sum it up, CARP or CARPER aims to improve the standard of living of landless farmers and at the same time develop the overall growth of the agricultural sector of the Philippines, spearheaded by the two agencies, DAR and DENR, focusing on land tenure improvement, program beneficiaries development, and agrarian justice delivery. This land reform program is implemented through land acquisition and distribution and leasehold operations. With CARP, the future of the Filipino farmers only gets better from here. Go for CARP!